It remains one of the most tense moments in the history of Middle-earth. In a quiet, fire-lit room in Bag End, Frodo Baggins holds out his hand and offers the One Ring to Gandalf the Gray. When you evaluate their plan objectively, sending a mortal hobbit on a stealth mission straight into Mordor appears to be a massive, unnecessary gamble. Many fans suggest a more logical route, assembling an elite strike team decades earlier, or simply giving the ring to a powerful guardian like Gandalf to wield against the enemy. But these shortcuts ignore the unbreakable laws of power that actually govern Middle-earth. The first law is absolute. No being, mortal or immortal, can voluntarily cast the One Ring into the fires of Mount Doom. This graph maps a bearer's willpower against the ring's pressure. At the cracks of doom, the pressure spikes, physically shattering a mortal's soul. Frodo reached this hard limit, making Gollum's chaotic interference an absolute necessity to finish the task. Without that specific stroke of providence, an early quest would have ended at the precipice, with the heroes claiming the ring and destroying each other fighting over it. Since destroying the weapon requires a literal miracle, claiming and wielding it becomes the only rational choice for a desperate protector. Gandalf is uniquely qualified to make that choice. He is a Maya, an angelic being like Sauron. This makes him one of the few beings in existence capable of fully mastering the ring's allegiance. If Gandalf claimed it, there'd be no climactic duel. Sauron would instantly be severed from his power source and reduced to a drifting, impotent shadow. But the ring itself survives. It immediately begins adapting its influence to fit its new master. The ring bypasses crude bloodlust and weaponizes Gandalf's greatest virtues, his profound pity and his active desire to do good. Gandalf's victory over the Dark Lord is exactly the mechanism that seals his own horrific doom. He would immediately establish a righteous empire, a regime dedicated to enforcing a permanent, forced peace across Middle-earth. This diagram illustrates the terrifying synergy of his rule. The central node is Gandalf, wielding his elven ring of fire. Combined with the One Ring of domination, he projects a force locking independent factions into a rigid, synchronized devotion. He bypasses traditional politics and warfare. If a human king disagrees, Gandalf psychically rewrites their mind. Poverty, crime, and war disappear. The cost of this utopia is the total eradication of free will, violating the gift given to mortals by Ilúvatar. Under Gandalf's protection, Middle-earth ceases to be a living, breathing world, becoming instead a beautiful, sterile prison of forced, ecstatic devotion. This tyrannical state is irreversible. Gandalf becomes a permanent slave to his own absolute power, ruling forever as an omnipotent moral busybody. J.R.R. Tolkien explicitly warned about this hypothetical scenario in his personal writings, specifically in Letter 246. He contrasted the two tyrants. While Sauron multiplied evil, he left good clearly distinguishable from it. His subjects always retained the moral clarity to hate their oppressor. Gandalf, however, would make good detestable and seem evil. Because he acts to eliminate suffering, any resistance to his forced peace would feel like a rebellion against virtue itself. This horrifying foresight is why, back in that quiet room in Bag End, the wizard violently recoils from Frodo's outstretched hand. In the end, matching the power of the ring only preserves its spirit. A forced paradise is merely another name for hell.